Alright, welcome back everybody to Empyrion Galactic Survival. I'm KnowItAllDM. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing great today, hanging out, starting a brand new playthrough of Empyrion Galactic Survival. Now that Alpha 8 has dropped in full stable release, I'm going to be playing and starting Season 5. Now, let's go ahead and name it Season 5. Is it 5? No, 6. Season 6. Because Season 5 was the ARV, I believe. We're going to call it Season 6. And this is going to be Alpha 8. Not that I have to name it that. We'll just call it Season 6. Let's just start with Season 6, all right? So I've got my custom difficulty settings set up with all the player stuff and the life stats on normal. Resources are rich and plentiful with auto miner depletion on. All the enemies and everything combat related is high and hard. Constructor speed and blueprint speed is fast so that you guys don't have to, I don't have to cut out a whole bunch of just sitting around doing resources, that sort of stuff. Buildings. That's why this is rich and plentiful, so I'm not just mining a whole bunch, or not just searching for a whole bunch of stuff to mine. So blueprint spawn limit is true, so that I have to spawn blueprints. If I spawn them, they have to be spawned on a surface, and block limit for certain devices is true. Now, randomized seed for Inaz. Let's just randomize it again. Blam! Wow, it kept the name. That's hilarious. Let's not do Inaz. Let's try something else. It still kept the name. Why is it keeping the name? Oh, because it's default Omicron Akua? What? I think this is a little bit of a Houston problem we have here. There we go. And I've got to change the difficulty settings all over again, which is fine. Okay, there we go. Now let's randomize the seed. There we go. Kestini. I suppose that'll be fine. Gravity is 0.62. Really light gravity on this planet. Average temperature is between 0 and 40, which is decent range. No radiation. Atmosphere density is 1.4, and breathable content in O2 content is 20%. So let's go ahead, get into this game. Now, what I'm going to be doing is, for those of you who have watched the Alpha 8 experimental that I did, starting over and over and over and over again, you guys will have seen this 1,000 times, just like I've played it 1,000 times. But because there may be people who have not seen any of my Alpha 8 experimental and want this to be their first experience with seeing Alpha 8, I'm going to do this from the beginning, following the Robinson Protocol, which is the storyline they have from the beginning. And we're just going to go along as if this is a brand new game that I've never played before. So let's go ahead and start the game. Alright, here we go. Now let's see. We are over the starter biome. There's a decent amount of lakeage here. Ooh, that's like a sort of leading into a ocean, it looks like. Maybe. Small wreckage. Let's head over towards that small wreckage. We might want to come back and build our base right here once we start building a base. Looks like there's another small wreckage over there. Looks like there's another small wreckage. Yeah, right there. Alright, here we go. It's taking forever to land because of the low gravity. But that's okay. Why did the Titan have to die? Distorted message. You are alive. Ida? I can barely hear you in my comm. Where's my suit? Integrated data assistant at your command. Your suit has been destroyed in your escape. I am currently hosted in the capsule's fail-safe system. Do you remember what happened? No, my head is pounding. What happened after pulling the trigger for hyperspace? Not sure. It seems we actually made it into hyperspace. And to Andromeda, as far as I can tell. What about the fleet? Signal lost. No signatures in our area. No contact to Alex as well, I'm afraid. Oh boy, this day is getting better and better. Not. So, if you don't remember, and if you didn't watch, Ida, your integrated data assistant, was introduced in the tutorial. And someone named Alex was also mentioned in the tutorial. So it seems they're keeping in with the line like there. Emergency situation detected. Robinson Protocol UCH 101 active. Follow the instructions Ida is sending you. Let's go! Alright. Check its inventory. Oh look! All it had was purified water. You can't really change what the escape pod has anymore. At least I've not been able to. It's weird. Anyway, there we go. Alright, so the first thing we do, now that we are in Alpha 8, you'll notice no constructor, no tools of any kind. We've got a survival tent, a flashlight, and some medicines, and an energy bar, which is a little bit of food. But what we can do to start getting our tools in the new survival constructor they've added to your suit, you've got a survival tool that is 100% free. Everything else requires ingredients that is used from your inventory, and then the output goes into here. So as we gather up plant protein, or vegetables to make plant protein, we can make energy bars. Yay! Explore around the crash site and pick up some plants and fruits as you go. Alright. We're gonna go towards wreckage. But first, copper! Wow, the gravity on this planet is really, really gravitationally challenged. I mean, the gravity is 0.62. It's like almost half gravity. I like it. That means with light armor, we can basically fly. For those of you who don't remember, Akua had 0.8 gravity. So, and we've got a little bit of iron here. Iron resource. Now, before I get ahead of myself, the survival tool has 3 different modes. You've got rock drill, which you've seen me use, which takes apart resource rocks as well as other rocks and rock-like terrain. You've got defense mode, which is your basic weapon that you start with. It does very little damage, but with things like these crickets over here, if there weren't so many of them, you could actually attack one and kill it, provided you don't die. Now, you'll also notice that the AI has changed. Like, this cricket is curious about me, you see. Instead of just wandering around until it's interacted with, it's sort of curiously looking at me. Let's see, are these Akua berries? No, this is just a bush. Akua berries can normally be found in open plains areas like this. but I don't see any. Is that fiber? That's fiber. So you'll also notice that almost all of the icons have changed, except for a few like the ores and plant fiber. But food-wise, like 90% of everything you know about food and everything is wrong now. So it looks like it's going to be time for me to do another Cooking with the DM eventually. Once I get my home set up, wherever that's going to be. So let's take a look at this small wreckage over here. Now, the third mode that the survival tool has is a salvage mode, which allows you to salvage blocks, whether they're on your base or an uncored base. These here are uncored. They have no core. So, ooh, nice detox kit. Detox kits are one of the few kits, or one of the few items you can get that actually restores hit points. Bandages no longer restore hit points. They instead fix broken legs, wounds, closed fractures, and open fractures. You'll notice there's a lot more different, what would you call it? Different conditions that can be inflicted upon you by creatures and the like. Now, I don't know why, for some reason, every now and then my FPS is dropping and then going back up. And it has nothing to do with the game, I don't think. So, anyway, over here, we've got corn dogs. Hold on. It might have something to do with these other windows I have open. Let me close everything except for that. Okay, sorry. So the corn dogs now give you plant protein. And we can use plant protein to make up energy bars. You'll also notice that you can craft a portable constructor and a portable heater / cooler in your survival constructor. And the portable constructor is what used to be known as the survival constructor. Okay. Let's just keep on gathering up resources while we're doing things. Let's head out over to this small wreckage. That's a nice little inlet right there. Now, all these rocks just give you crushed stone. And you may be thinking, well, that sucks. You know, crushed stone is basically useless. Well, you're not entirely right. Crushed stone can actually be used with a portable constructor or higher to make other ores. So you can make copper, iron, or silicon from crushed stone. Oh, yes, more detox kits. Let's go ahead and organize just a bit. Let's put all of our medicinal things down here. Yeah, let's put medicines on the very bottom. Let's put the tent and flashlight down here. The energy bars, food, I'm going to put there. Purified water, and all the other things that I've gathered up can just stay up here at the top. Okay, now you may be wondering, what good is the flashlight? Because you do have this shoulder-mounted camera, or shoulder-mounted flashlight, which has more brightness, or not brightness, more area than the handheld flashlight. Well, the only thing that I found that the handheld flashlight is good for is fog. When it gets foggy, you can use it to see through the fog a little bit better than your shoulder-mounted light. Sorry. Okay, so let's get back to the Robinson protocol there. We've got, it says, open PDA. That would be F1. Click on the headline that says personal log file. Wait for this message to vanish, then click on PDA info button in the upper right screen up there to show the contained info. Okay, so here is the log file. Forward party with the team tonight. Hope Alex is coming over as well. Sent me a memo that we'll meet with the rest of the fleet rendezvous point Alpha for the final Andromeda departure. To check a security breach the station's engine room. Lasers are malfunctioning again. I think, yeah, this is all what happened in the tutorial. Up to about that point. Jupiter orbit. Short warp jump, fingers crossed. Okay, so did we just never get to the Titan? Really? So we were on a freighter that crashed. Okay. All right, so it said trying to get to Jupiter orbit, short warp jump. Jumped, then nothing. This is not Jupiter. Several contacts approaching. Not UCH vessels. Blasting the ship to pieces. Get to escape pod. Boarding parties have entered the ship. Same soldiers as in the station in Terra orbit. Fights destroyed my suit, but I thought it was no spare suit available. Managed to transfer Ida to the capsule. Time to leave. From the capsule windows, I can see an enormous field of debris where I came out of hyperspace. What's happening here? Where am I? Log in. Interesting. What happened? Not why. Anyway, let's see what we can find out. I'm going to just explore a little bit. So you'll notice that they've got new biomes here. Did my options get set weird? What if I set these back to low? Does that fix my little FPS problem that I've been? Oh. Okay, so there's the... Okay, that's not bad. The closer trees are fine. Okay. Yeah, my FPS is a lot better now. Okay, so like I was saying, they've got different biomes, and on each planet, multiple different biomes. You'll also notice the fog of war. The fog of war is... Oh, look, there's some wreckage. Find the signal source. The fog of war is completely opaque on the planet that you crash on and on any planet that you teleport to. Natural stimulant. But if you bring a ship down from orbit and like land on a planet, it's semi-transparent, so you can see the terrain underneath it, but it still shows you where you have and have not explored, which I think is really awesome because, you know, it still keeps within the, oh, you saw it from space, where you should be able to tell at least somewhat what the terrain is like, you know. No, it's not fixing my FPS problems. It did increase my FPS, but I'm still having this little glitch. Hold on one second. Alright, I don't know what's causing that FPS glitch. Where every now and then my FPS tanks. It's like every 30 seconds or so I get a tank down to like 15 FPS. And for like a second, and then it goes back up. It's very weird. But anyway, we're going to keep on playing. So mushrooms now give you mushrooms rather than the whatchamacallit, alien plasma. These still seem upside down to me when you harvest them. I don't know. That could be purposeful. Don't you growl at me. I better not try to pick a fight with him because the difficulties are hard. Yay. Let's head towards that big wreckage over there. Because that is where we're going to want to set up our temporary shelter. Now, I could go ahead and get to level 3 and then learn the these two things. Which I'm probably going to learn the portable heater cooler anyway. But the portable constructor I don't really need to learn just yet. Because the the wreckage actually has a portable constructor in it. Not that I really am supposed to know that. But if you were starting on the Akua/Omicron one, I believe on that, which is the multiplayer one, there isn't actually a starter biome area. And so you can start just about anywhere. And there's no wreckage with a portable constructor. So you'd have to, you know, build it on your own and stuff. What is that? I think those are water plants. Run, Parasols, run! So you may be wondering why I keep jumping like this. And yes, it's partially because it's fun. Because the low gravity makes it really fun to just hoppity hoppity hop. But I'm also trying to preserve stamina while moving quicker. Because doing a quick sprint jump makes you move a lot quicker than simply walking. As you can tell. So let's get some plant fibers, let's get some foods, let's get some copper. All right. Here's some more iron. You'll notice that there aren't any silicon rocks that I've been finding, and that's because silicon is found in the forest biomes, not in the starter biomes or grassland. So we're going to have to get into the forest to get silicone. So it's starting to get a bit dark. You'll notice the time, it's got 1:26 until the sun goes down. So I think we're going to make it up to this small wreckage, and we're going to set up camp near this small wreckage. Let's go ahead and with the plant proteins we've got, go ahead and make up food. Go ahead and make up food. I stopped mid-thought there. Okay. We should almost be there. It's a little further than I expected. We'll probably get there right as it's getting dark, which is perfect. I'm curious as to why the survival tool has a flashlight. I mean, I suppose it would make sense, being that it's a survival tool, but no other item apart from the flashlight itself has a flashlight on it, you know? So I'm just a little curious about that. But anyway, here we are at this wreckage here. Oh, spoiled food. I don't need no stinking spoiled food yet. Alright, so I think what we need to do, we need to go ahead and set up camp over here. Let's set our tent down. And we can rotate the tent. I think I want it facing this way. Now, it's odd, but you can set the tent inside of other things. It's really weird. I try not to do that for realism purposes. I try to set the tent so that it's like at least visually not inside. Oh, no, 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 no. I was afraid if I fell from that height I would break a leg, and that would not be good. I mean, I do have a bandage, but yeah, let's gather up a little bit more food and get some of that turning into food, because we can't actually use the tent until it gets dark. And depending on what time it doesn't matter what time you use the tent, it always sets it at the same time based on your verticalness. It's either it's longitude, latitude. I don't know. I used to know the difference, but I think that's latitude and that's longitude. So depending on your longitude, and the tilt of the planet, determines what time the sun comes up. I had one planet that I was doing where the tilt, I was so far towards the south, and the tilt was just so that the sun would come up and it would just breach the horizon and then go back down. And so it would come up, or it would just go down. I would sleep and it would be just about to go down again. So what I could do is I could get things started in the constructors and then sleep and it'd be fixed. Get some more stuff started, sleep, it would be done. You know, it was weird. But more than likely, some of this stuff is going to spoil while I am sleeping. Isn't that sunset beautiful? Let's just watch the sunset from here. Okay, staring into the sun, not good for your eyes. But yeah, this is actually an ideal location for a sunset. I might build my base out here, like I was saying. Probably closer to the water. Probably not so close to the swamp. Probably like right over there is where I will want to build my base. Ah, look at the sunset. Look at the sunrise! Anyway, that's an idyllic picture right there. Just watching the sunset. Alright, enough of that. Time for bed. Good morning, everybody. Isn't it a beautiful morning? Like I said, spoiled. Lots and lots of spoiled. Fortunately, grain doesn't seem to spoil too quickly, because grain is one of the more useful items. Not only can it be used to make bread and food and the like, but it's also used to make plastics, like corn used to be. So now with bread and, or with grain and Run, dinosaur, run! With grain and dirt, you can make plastic. So we're going to continue our trek along here. It looks like we got to go through a swamp to get to there. Ooh, yes, there's a marsh nearby. Let me tell you something about the swamps and marshes. Swamps and marshes are the only place where you can find grain on the starter planet. Now, marshes, I think, are a little better than swamps because in a marsh you can see the grain. It's a little bit more visible because of the coloration of the dirt compared to, you see, I can see that from way over there and it stood out. So now I've got more grain. So I live near here, which means that I live near a source of grain, a natural source of grain. Ah, there's some akua berries. Hello, akua berries. Akua berries are really nice because you can use them to make juice. You can also use vegetables to make vegetable juice. The good thing about juices is that they're actually health items. As you'll notice, berry juice and vegetable juice both restore your health by 90. So it's not a big thing, but it restores it a bit, and they do spoil, so we have to keep remaking them. So we have to keep remaking them so that they don't spoil, like so if they do spoil. But vegetable juice lasts 70, and berry juice lasts 50, and then I think fruit juice, which is the even lower one, lasts like 30. But the stamina is higher on each of them. Like on the less time it persists, the lower its thing. Now we're discovering silicon and copper, which is good. Ooh, look, fire moss. I don't really need fire moss right now. But silicon and copper are useful. You'll notice the little layout of the deposits is different. It says size small, which means that they're not very big. They're probably, I would say, a couple hundred at most. Now, these give you buds. Buds are extremely useful on colder planets because you can make hot beverages with them, which takes the place of cave coffee. Unfortunately, there's no coffee anymore, and you guys know how I love my coffee. But we've got hot beverage, which is made from buds, which gives you stamina and increases your temperature. So we want to come over here to this wreckage and take a look at what it is. There's an iron deposit, which is size medium. I would say that's about 300-ish, 300 to 400-ish. I'd say that's like 150, and that's like 300 to 400-ish. What kind of wreckage do we have? Because there's several different types of wreckage. Some are good for making bases, others are not. This looks like one that's not too good for making a base. Let's gather up some spice. Cobra leaves now give you spice. Spice is exceedingly useful. Spice cures indigestion. It hurts you one hit point, but it cures indigestion, which means if you have spice on you, you can use the spice to cure your indigestion that you got by eating something else that was not cooked. Alright, let's get on up here. Yay. Got the stuff. Now, this wreckage is good because it's made of combat steel. You'll notice when I do salvage that some of these blocks are combat steel. And right now I don't want to salvage it. But right now I don't want to salvage it because the tool I use doesn't get, I don't think it gets as much stuff back as an actual multi-tool. So we're just going to leave this wreckage as it is, and we'll probably come back here to salvage some stuff later. Now, there's an alien tower out that direction, and the alien tower is the first... Whoa! Go away, spider. Go away, spider. I don't want to deal with you today. That's right. Hit that. Damage that. Go away. One thing I didn't mention about the survival tool, which I should mention, is that it uses stamina. It uses stamina as its source. Wow, I can hit it from here. It's a 15-meter range on this? Wow. That's pretty cool. What about these other modes? 15 meter, 15 meter. Yeah, wow. Okay, now how am I going to get down without getting hurt? Plink, plink. Okay, that's fine. Also have to keep in mind that the gravity is lower. So what I was saying is that the alien tower is going to have a little fight at it. So I don't want to go there just yet. I want to go ahead and see what I can get going here before I head over that way. And then I'll probably head back out to here to set up my more permanent base. Now, the alien tower is a decent ways away. How far away is that? 3 kilometers? Yeah, this planet... See, I'm used to playing on a larger planet, actually. A class planet size 5 because of one of my custom scenarios that I've done, a couple of them. But this is a planet size 4. We've gone from here to here. Now, normally, this would be like the entire north to south of the planet, you know. So this is like a lot bigger. But, yeah. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go out and look for some silicon. But I'm going to go ahead, unlock the shotgun, because you can make a shotgun in here. Let's make a shotgun, make a pistol, give me a couple of ammos. The reason I'm making a pistol is it has a longer range than a shotgun. So I can start off shooting my pistol at things and then switch to the shotgun when they get in close range. There's one. Oh, it'll be your turn next. Just after that one. Okay. And that's how you kill spiders. I think it's time to make more spider steaks, don't you? It's funny, though, that creatures like the spiders and all don't use the same gravity physics that you do as a player. For example, if you were to fall and if they were to fall, you would fall with normal gravity and they would just fall. At least that's how it used to be. I don't know if that's still how it is, but like they would fall quicker in lighter gravity and slower in heavier gravity. Like they would always fall the same rate, whether it's heavier or not. You know what I mean? Anyway. Okay, let's go start looking for some more silicon. I'm gonna head out this way now. Since I've got a shotgun, we can go on and head towards the alien tower. And then we'll be back to the wreckage in a bit. Going through a deep forest biome. Deep forest biomes really screw with your FPS. I mean, look at this. Look at this. This is really, really, really bad. And this is on low tree quality. This is probably because of my shadow quality, which is on medium. But, and normally that's fine. But no, we just need, we need to get out of here. That quality is completely unplayable. Okay, here we are back out in the forest, and my FPS went from like 15, it's like 35 now. Yeah. Now the marsh biome here, I believe, in addition to having silicon like the forest, also has copper and iron. I know it's got grain. It's got a lot of grain. I'm hoping to find silicon on the way to the tower because that's the main thing we need. Oh, don't put me in another deep forest biome, please. That was unbearably bad. Forest biome. Lowest FPS in the game. Okay. Hi trike. Bye trike. Whoa. Okay. Here's a good place to look for silicon. I see a silicon rock. Now, did I? No, I didn't get a drill. I need silicon to make a drill, so now that I've got some silicon, when I get back to the base, I should be able to make a drill get rocks and resources a lot quicker, especially because I've got some deposits. Yep. Okay, we're almost a kilometer away from the alien tower. My game seems to be relatively glitchy, like FPS wise, for some reason, and I don't know why. It's probably skipping a bunch of stuff, so I'm going to hold off a bit. It is getting near the end of the day. So I think what I'm going to do is, before I get too close to the tower, I'm going to wait until nightfall and then make it morning so it's not as FPS intensive. Because for some reason the light shafts and stuff tend to make a worse FPS than it really ought to. Let me go ahead while I'm at it in miscellaneous. Let me learn that because that's really useful. So one thing that I forgot to show you is that with the defense mode, and it says in here that it can also harvest wood. So if you attack a tree with it, it'll actually give you wood. Now the odd thing is that the chainsaw actually drops the wood on the ground, whereas this tool here gives it straight to your inventory. It's very weird. Alright, so it is now time that we could rest. Let me finish harvesting this tree. Now apparently it's actually better for you to harvest trees with the shotgun right now, but they might change that. Alright, good morning everybody. I know, spoiled food, blah de blah. Let's turn the buds into drink. And berry juice, vegetable juice. Okay. Now we can head closer to this tower. My FPS should be a lot better now. So let's head on up here. And let's see what we've got. Really? You're going to send me through a deep woods biome before getting to the tower? Really? Sheesh. Okay, so there's the tower. There's a strong signal coming from inside the tower. Let's gather up some copper. Because I saw that copper. And if I can get some iron. So this tower is actually in the deep forest biome, which is not good for me. Wow, it looks like the tower's taking a beating. You saw some of those areas like over here are dented up and the like. Yeah, this tower's taking a beating. Wow, sounds really creepy down there. Find the signal emitter, where it looks like the emitter is this alien core. Crap. It's a trap! Well, if there is a lever, use it until it fully activates. Possibly this will remove the plates covering the exit. Well, there's the lever. Oh, we can get out. No, we can't. Yes, we can. No, we can't. Yes, we can. Okay, anyway. Off. Well, that turns the light on. Oh, I just had to use it once and it... Oh, the covers were not removed. There's some alien doohickey gadget thing that seems to have also been damaged. Like everything over here has been damaged. And there's some sort of radiation. Interesting. Something is happening behind the red panel. Stay away from it. Registering strong energy fluctuations. Wow. That exploded a lot faster than normal. They really refined this so that it doesn't take as long. Hey. Hey, you. If I got wounded, I didn't get no wound. And crawlers actually drop meat now. Or maybe they used to as well. I hear you. Yeah, you weren't very smart just standing around doing nothing. Talon Guardians. Hi, guys. Haven't seen you in a while. You guys want to be neighbors? Or you can just ignore me. That's cool, too. I mean, despite the fact that you're like, what, 3 feet taller than me? Alright, let's head home. Or I suppose not home, but back to the base. Back to the wreckage. Let's ignore that copper. We don't need copper. You'll notice the trees change weirdly. That's because I have the tree quality on low. If it was on medium, it wouldn't change nearly as weirdly. Is there a biome nearby that is not a deep woods biome? Thank you. Oh, another thing. These flowers here, for those of you who didn't know, now you can harvest them. Or, yeah. Have to be far enough away. And you can get plant proteins. And it creates a hole in the ground when you do so. Which is very, very weird. But base is this way. Okay. Is there a way to get back to base that does not involve going through a deep woods biome? Let's just get over here to the water's edge. Because my FPS is a lot better over here. And yeah, let's take the beach home. Well, there's not a whole lot of beach, but then it goes into a swamp. Swamp edge. Beach. Hello, crickets. Alright, we got a little bit more of a ways home. We got about 2 kilometers left. Sheesh. Hey, look, it's brain fungus. Also gives you natural stimulant. There's more copper. Wreckage is way on the other side of the lake. Ooh, there's some iron. Let me get a little bit of iron, so I can use some irons. Hey, cricket, cricket, get off the irons. Oh no. Spiders? Really? Here? Now? Oh, at least I just got a little bit of damage. I didn't get eaten. I could grab some medical plants if I wanted, but I think I'm just going to head on back to the wreckage. Even more spiders. I do not like spiders. Okay, that's not true. I actually do like spiders. Can we avoid the deep woods forest biome, please? Please? Actually, we can't because the wreckage is, I think, like in a deep forest biome. It's at the edge of it. Okay. Really? We have spider home? We have a spider staking out our home here. Sheesh. Do I have to always deal with spiders? Whoa. Give me all your stuff. Okay. Spoiled, spoiled, spoiled. Not spoiled. Give me some spider steaks. That's all I've really been killing. Make up a portable heater cooler. Energy signature detected. Go to the signal. That's way over here. MS Titan. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a base first before trying to explore those. And get a hover vessel and head out that way. But before I do, that's going to be it for this episode. No, we want more. You'll get more. I'll definitely continue this more. But that's going to be it for this episode. I hope everybody enjoyed the episode. If you did, hit that like button for me. And if you want to see more Empyrion Galactic Survival, go ahead and subscribe. I'm KnowItAllDM. And as always, y'all have a good day now.